What's up YouTube? This is Tecmo here for a video on Plex. Now, I'm assuming already that you have already set up your Plex server and your Plex client. So this video is just for the purpose of helping you with your cover art if you've had any problems with cover art currently. So let's get to it. So what we're gonna do right now is we're actually gonna show you, I'm gonna show you a couple of things. I'm gonna actually go to Plex right here, and in Plex I am in my horror section, right? I've created a section that's only horror right here. I have other sections also, but if you look at my file explorer, here's where my server is set up, right? I have my server that's set up and I have them in the same folders that I have pointing to Plex. So we're gonna come back to that in a quick second, but this is what I'm going to show you. Now, if you look here, if I go back to horror, this is my library. I do have something called collections that are set up, and if you want me to show you how to do that in another video, just drop a comment down below and I'll make a video on how to do collections and the importance of it and why it's so helpful. But one of the things that the collections will help you do is when you have all these movies, like for example Friday the 13th, where it's got like 12 movies in here, and they don't really, by the title, they can't go in chronological order, kind of like Star Wars. You tend to come into a problem with getting them chronologically in the correct order. So for example, I've already done these first 5 on my own here because they were all messed up. But if you notice this 6th one, and you notice this 8th one here, and even the 10th one, Plex did not find the cover art. So there's a reason for that. It's because of there's a few reasons for that. One, if you go to where you have your files saved, right, your server, and I go into horror, I'm gonna go into Friday the 13th, right? I'm gonna look at this right here, and it's got too much. Plex does not recognize all this stuff in the titles. It doesn't want to recognize that number. Some people think it helps, but Plex will do this stuff for you automatically, so you don't need it. So you can get rid of that number. We'll keep the original name. We'll get rid of the horror. We'll get rid of all this extra stuff. And what it does recognize, kind of the rules or syntax that it follows, the naming scheme, if you will, is you have to have the name followed by the date in parentheses. That's really all it looks for. Once you do that, once it sets in there and you go back to your Plex, you're gonna see this. You see the activity right here? It's automatically starting to do things. It's starting to scan the file, the library, and it's starting to make the appropriate changes, get all the metadata, because it won't find the metadata in there if it's not named correctly. It doesn't know what it is. So you see how it put it over here? It's over here right now, and it's still working. It's still working to get the correct information in there. It's got the right year. As long as it has the right year too, that also helps for the chronological sequencing. So normally this takes about maybe 30 seconds to a minute. There it is right there. It just popped up. I did notice too that this 6 came in here. You see that? That's something else you might want to look at. You might want to look for if you edit it. The sort title also has, this is how it was originally inputted in here based on what was saved. If you see here, this guy has that original title that I had gotten it at. As long as you save it like that, you know what, you could get rid of this. This is not 100% necessary, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it anyway and save it. Then it pops into the chronological order that it should. See that we have the correct title, and you can also go to Wikipedia. If you go to Wikipedia, you can look at the films and you can look at the correct names. You can look at what the correct cover art should be, or you can change it if you'd like, if you want your own custom. but then you also see the date also, and you see all the general metadata that's there for that particular movie. So now we know that we've got this right, and I'm basically going to do the same things over here as well for the rest of the movies, and get all that information correct, so it's exactly how it should be. It's in the correct order, and all the metadata is in there the way it should be. So again, if you found this video helpful, if you would like me to make more on Plex or anything tech related, subscribe, like, and I'll continue doing these videos.